Hi everyone, this is Mark. I'm starting my first video log entry. Going forward, I will start doing video logs on certain things that may have happened in my past that I want to open up about, or discussions on current events. It doesn't even just have to be discussions. I can also give advice. I know for a lot of my fellow guys out there, you want advice on fitness and things like facial care and things of that nature, but I'm definitely here for all of that. And I just want to give a positive experience, and not even just for the guys, for the women as well. If we want to sit up and talk about things that we won't really learn in school, like credit, finance, how to take care of yourself as an adult. Just things that I want to just make a discussion about. I think it'll be healthy and it'll be great for everyone. So my first video today is going to be on religion. Religion can be very controversial, especially in my case, but I just want to give my past experience on religion, my views on religion, and what I think we should do as far as when it comes to religion. So my story is going to start off from my childhood up until adulthood. I'm 26 years old now. I think it's time to open up about my past just to incite, just to open a lot of people's eyes to what really goes on out there in the world. Excuse me, sorry guys. So, as a child, I was raised as a Christian. We used to go to church daily. I was raised in the Pentecostal denomination. Sometimes people refer to it as holiness, which is, I guess, a non-denominational denomination or something like that. People place it in different categories, and I'm not like a big denomination person because we're all serving the same person, but that's just how it was as far as how I was raised in the church. So growing up as a child, I loved church. I loved it. Specifically when it came to music in the church. Music was my biggest inspiration to going to church. It just gave me such uplifting and positivity, and it just raised my spirits all the time. The harmonies that the choirs used to use, I used to catch on and like, oh, that's how the song goes, but you just added another layer to make it more beautiful than what it already is. It was just so great. I mean, praise and worship was my favorite part of church as a child, and somewhat still to this day. We kind of hopped around between churches. Started off at one church, hopped around like 2 to 3 times before I actually grew up and moved out. For those of you who don't know me, I grew up in Fitzgerald, Georgia, which is like 3 hours from Atlanta, Georgia, going south down I-75. And really small town, not much to do, but the main thing people did down there was go to church because there's not much else to do, and they also wanted something to look forward to give them uplifting. So nothing wrong with that, right? So as a child, we went all the time. My mother was super religious. The people I were around, like distant family members and second family, were all just very extremely religious. That's just how things were. And growing up in black church, it's a funny story about being in church all day on Sundays. That's what we were. I mean, we were in church on Sundays. It used to be Wednesday night was like Bible study. Friday was like praise service or something. Then it switched to Tuesday and Thursday night. Don't forget Sunday school at 9 a.m. some Sunday mornings. Prayer service in the middle of the day in the summer when the kids were out. Just a lot of church going. And growing up spiritually, and this is why I named the video religion because I'm talking about religion, but I want to also bring up the spiritual side as well. On the spiritual side, we, or me, I should say me, not we, because it's my spiritual connection. I had a lot of spiritual situations that used to happen with myself, things of the divine, I guess, for lack of a better term, or things that you saw that weren't natural to the human eye. Paranormal, I guess you could say. You watch TV shows and movies and documentaries and you hear about evil spirits or demons or monsters or imps or whatever you want to call them. And in my situation, I dealt with a lot of that. Now, before you think I'm crazy and you hit that pause button and close out the video or swipe up or whatever, these things do actually exist. If you do some research, go to documentaries, talk with people. I know I'm definitely not the only one, but a lot of people think you're crazy because they think you're drinking or on some type of drug or doing, just overdosing on medicine or whatever, and that's not the case at all. As a child, I did none of the sort, and I used to see this stuff all the time. A lot of times for me personally, and from what I hear about a lot of other people, demons would basically be something that you were afraid of, and it would manifest itself into something that's more evil. Like, for example, as a child, I was terrified of dogs. I had a dog phobia, and I guess I had one bad experience when I was a toddler, and then after that, I was like, I'm done with dogs. Like, even to this day, I mean, I know dogs are animals, they're part of this earth. A lot of them are harmless, but I'm a little, but animal lovers, don't come after me. Peter, don't come after me. Animals are great. We need them on this planet. Just my personal experience. I had one bad experience, and now I'm just like, ugh. But I'm older now. I understand how things work. So, but anyway, don't want to go off topic. Going back to what I was just talking about with the demons I used to see, it would manifest itself into like a statue of a dog, or maybe something that I've seen on TV, like an Egyptian dog, or like the black dogs with little pointy ears, with like red demonic eyes or yellow demonic eyes. Sometimes it wasn't black, sometimes it was tall and brown, sometimes it was short like a bulldog, sometimes it was fat, sometimes it was skinny, sometimes it had a cape, sometimes it had what you call those things, a pitchfork. The crazy mess that you see in horror movies, that's exactly what I saw. And it just terrified me. They used to torment me. Sometimes my body would freeze or I couldn't breathe. And my mother and people I was around the church would always tell me, rebuke it in the name of Jesus or in the blood of Jesus, and it will go away. And in that situation, and even to this day, that does work. Definitely gets, that demonic spirit out of the system, just out of the environment altogether. Yeah, that's definitely how that worked. But going back to church, when I got a little bit older, closer to my teen years, I was like, okay, we're in church. I'm liking it, but I'm like, I'm getting about tired of it. It's the same old thing, the same story all the time. Like, this next church I started going to, again with this video, I'm not using names because it's not about personal attacks or vendetta. It's about letting go and give you my story so maybe you can work off from it. Might ruffle some feathers, but hey, it is what it is. So this next church was fine at first, and then they started talking about, money a lot. It was always money. We need $1 million for this, and God's going to send us a white man who's going to come in and bless us with millions so we can have a brand new church to worship his name in, because we can't worship him in this rundown building. And I'm like, they're really emphasizing this money thing. I'm coming to church so I can learn more about the gospel, so I can get some positive influence in my life. But instead, all I'm hearing about is money. And older people just nagging the children about what we should and shouldn't do, and when we should stand up and when we should sit down, and don't do this and don't do that. It's just a bunch of just nagging. I'm like, I'm not enjoying this whatsoever. I'm absolutely not. So also they used to have like these what you call it, like these exorcisms and stuff with the same exact guy. And exorcisms are real and they do happen, but in this situation, I'm like, oof, I don't know, man. There's something not right about this. I don't know if this is true or if this is a performance. And I mean, I should feel entitled to that, because if I don't feel anything like anything is going on, I should have that opinion. It's not me not having faith in God. It's me not having faith in the humans that are supposed to be teaching me about God. So something happened at that church. There was some type of disagreement. We moved on to another one. And this church actually, to this day, cut me deep as far as my religion, as far as going to church. To this day, I only go once to, at the most, 3 times a year. Sounds bad to a lot of people, but that's just how I feel. If I see one little thing that I don't agree with or that brings me back to that, I don't go anymore. Or I just remember something that I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't continue to go. Even if it is a positive experience, I feel like I'm not going. So this church was okay at first. Didn't really have Sunday school, but church started at like 11. We didn't get out till like 3 on the regular, or almost 4 o'clock on the regular. All I remember is not learning anything about the gospel, just a bunch of screaming, shouting. Whoever shouts the most gets a cookie or something like that. I mean, everybody has their own way of where they worship, but in this situation, I was used to it. I had it at home, I had it at church, previous churches, and I was just like, ugh. I mean, at this point, I was getting almost over it. Like, I was in church all the time. We had Bible study at home, read the Bible and prayed before school, right after school, after homework, then after dinner, before bed, prayer service. And at this point, I'm just like, it's just drilling, okay? Like, then, like, this was like when I was 17, 18, when I started going to this church, this last church. And home was okay because I'm with my mother and people that I love and trust, but at church around all these other people, I'm like, oh, yeah, not feeling it. Like, why does it take that much time? And then they're like, well, you need to give more time to the Lord. You can give God 8 hours one day out the week. I thought giving God your time wasn't just congregating around people. It was about talking to him and having a relationship with him and, praying. It's not just about who screams and yells or sings the best. So, anyway, in that situation, it actually got a little personal because there were sermons made, and when I say this, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers or whatever. Again, I'm not saying names. This isn't personal attacks. This is just a video so someone can take from what I went through. But putting out personal sermons about me, about what was going on in my life with my family and what I should and shouldn't do, sometimes even say my name in the sermon, I took that extremely personal. Extremely personal. I was so mad. And I'm like, why would you do that? This is supposed to be somewhere where we're supposed to be uplifted. And I'm talking about all my dreams and aspirations, like moving to Atlanta, trying to become a singer or a music teacher or whatever the case may be. And they're just like, bring me down. Oh, you're not going to Atlanta. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I'm like, last time I checked, none of you guys have my mother or my father's name. So what are you to tell me where and when and what or how, whatever the term you want to use? I'm gone in my life. Like, really. So all that stuff really just took a deep blow of me. Like, even when I went to college, I had people on my Facebook page just trying to tell me what to do and what not to do, and then reporting back to people like I'm some type of child or something. And all that stuff just really made me like, I can't do church anymore. Like, I went to a chapel service at Clark Atlanta University, and I liked it, but I was like, I can't do this. Something's going to happen that I don't like, and I just can't keep doing it. I try to go Easters and a couple other times throughout the year, but really right now I'm more of a spiritual person instead of religious. And I know there's those people who think, oh, y'all young people are doing this new thing. You're going, no. I'm more so spiritual than religious. Like, religion goes back so far to even during slavery, where they used it to shut black people up. And that's the other thing I didn't like about where I was growing up. Like, anything about African American culture, they kind of kept it. I didn't know that we had a black national anthem. I didn't know there was a such thing as a historically black college or university. I didn't know anything about black fraternities, sororities. If it wasn't Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or Frederick Douglass, then they didn't talk about it. And people want to get mad, but it's really like we're stuck in 1950. Seriously. It is what it is. Get mad, don't get mad. I don't care. I'm just speaking my truths. So that's the main things I want to talk about with religion. I want to talk about how it affected me, the spiritual aspect of it, and just giving out my story. Maybe I could hear some of you guys' stories. We can talk, email, leave comments, whatever you want to do. But really, I'm starting this channel not for like debates, but for like healthy discussions, advice, whatever. So that's it for today. Definitely gonna make more videos. This isn't for likes or whatever, or followers. This is just me giving out my truth. So you can like, comment, subscribe below. That's appreciated. But hey, if you don't want to, it is what it is. So it's a great chat with you guys. I'm definitely going to do more videos. Like I said earlier, it's going to be on current events, my personal experiences with some of these events or other events in my past or present or hopefully future. Giving advice for people, for my guys out there, you know, fitness. If you're trying to get your body right, I have a trainer. I can give plenty of advice. Manscaping, great ways to shave, or having acne problems, or like wrestling, sports, anime, asthma, health issues, whatever. I can give you all my tips and advice, and just want to bring just a lot of positivity for 2017, or for the rest of 2017. So thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. More videos to come.